I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money.
We're going to first start off. Earlier this week, Phil had this seething segment about Wings of Redemption. To remind everybody, DSP got the Asmin Gold bump. He was originally supposed to do a stream with Wings of Redemption on that day, but then just threw Wings in the trash for Asmin Gold, right? Then a couple weeks later, when Asmin Gold ghosted him and he had nothing else, he then was forced to come crawling back to Wings and ask Wings to come on. But at that point, Wings wasn't interested in coming on because Phil had thrown him in the trash for his new hot buddy, Asmin Gold. And by the way, Phil talked down to Wings and gave him this big lecture during the first stream, and it was also super boring. It's like, do you really think Phil, do you really think that Wings wants to get lectured by you and have you LARP and pretend to be his father and his Dr. Phil advisor and psychiatrist? Probably not, bro. But Phil can't take a hint when somebody stops responding to his DMs. So let's hear this part first, and then it'll lead us into the desperation of Phil going into Wings chat and begging on his knees for Wings to respond to him.
Now remember, everyone, welcome home.
Welcome home. Phil.
Welcome home, Phil.
Can't even get Wings now. He's in a worse position than before Asmin Gold. Before Asmin Gold, Wings would go on Phil's show. Afterwards, Wings is like, this guy, he's beneath me. Wouldn't even spit on him.
That's fucking crazy. All right, here we go.
Cool. All right, so there you have it. If you like my content, please support it in some way.
Oh my God. Welcome home.
Oh, here we go. Welcome home, Phil. Welcome home.
Videos, leaving comments, engagement, word of mouth, that helps. Supporting via a live stream. Again, with a super chat or a membership, kicks, a sub, a tip. That helps. You can tip even if you're watching on
One
demand.
sub, anything. Please, God, help me.
You can leave a super thanks on a video. That helps. All right? That lets me be the guy.
Leave a super thanks. Who does anyone do that? That was such a flop, this super thanks comment shit.
It never worked out.
It did flop.
No,
yeah.
it's an option.
It's an option. There you go.
Want to be. And I have to sit here and say, let's hit the goal so we can do this and we hit this many goals. And
the
all we need
Green
is
Goblin's taking control,
yes,
isn't it?
Yes. He's fighting himself.
He's like, I don't want to have to ask for the goal, guys. As he asks for the goal. Like, it's twisted. It really is.
More bucks to hit the goal. You know how happy I've been to not have to have a goal for 2 weeks now?
This is crazy. He looks so sad. I'm happy. You know how happy I am? Yeah, you look real happy, Phil. You look like a sad puppy dog begging for scraps at the table, bud. Is what you look like.
Listen, guys, if you enjoy, please donate, support, all that stuff, because I'm happy I don't have to ask for money in a goal.
Right.
I've been really happy. It's great.
I'm happy.
I'm really happy. I'm happy. Please, I'm happy.
Buddy, calm the fuck on.
Oh, fuck.
To have to sit here and be like a carnival barker trying to hit some kind of an arbitrary goal to make ends meet.
So he's admitting for the last 16 years, or 10 years of streaming, he's been a carnival barker, a beggar, a bum.
Wings of Redemption.
Here we go.
Because people have been asking all week, well, did Wings contact you? Because he said he was going to be on Monday, but then he changed his mind.
No.
He left the door open. I have not heard from Wings all week.
So, Phil, the answer is no, by the way. So, just so because I know you're autistic, you don't understand interpersonal relations. And he didn't understand this with us either. When we would ignore Phil's DMs, he wouldn't accept it. And he would keep spamming. Yeah. And he didn't understand that us ignoring him meant no. Yeah. And that we were just being tactful and being like, look, bro, it's a no. Right?
To be fair, I mean, sometimes we'll miss a DM here and there, but it's like when it's 18 times.
Yeah, but what he would do, right, is he did the same thing to Wings this week that he did to, he would go into chat and insert himself and make the whole stream about him to try and get an answer about things. And it's like, you don't like it when that happens to you. As will show, when Keemstar did that, went into his chat when he was offering him $50,000, Phil banned him and said, how dare you try and hijack my stream? But he thinks he's the center of the universe and that every stream he goes to then suddenly has to stop everything to respond to him. It's like, bro, you're going to get a response in private, but he has to force it to be awkward, right? Be like, no, you're going to tell me. It's like, get a fucking grip, man.
Oh, shit.
Not a peep. Okay? And like I told you guys, I left the door open. I told him whenever he's ready to come on the show, open door policy, he can come on the show. That's totally up to him. So all I know is this.
Seething.
Don't ask me why Wings does this stuff. This actually blows my mind. He revealed on stream yesterday he's been off his meds for weeks.
So, but now you're revealing this. And there's no reason for him to. And look at that. Look at that smile. Look at his lips curve up. This is him being like, I'm better than you, Wings. I'm a better person than you, Wings. You're a loser. You're off your meds and you're telling people about it.
This is dark.
He's such an unlikable scumbag, is Phil. And this is him like reveling in that somebody is a lol cow and punching down on them. And this is him stepping on somebody. And he does it. And then he'll say, I don't ever step on somebody. I don't ever be negative. I don't do drama. I don't do toxicity. Why are you telling us that Wings is off his meds? We don't need to know that. It's none of our fucking business, actually.
By the way, if Wings is off his meds, right, and you know this, and he's not responding, maybe just leave it alone. You know what I mean? You know he has a medical condition, not taking his meds, and you're going to bring it up as some sort of own? Yeah. You're a fucking piece of shit. Fuck you, Phil. You should be on
he's
meds,
laughing.
you fuck.
Look at him. He's laughing about it.
What
he thinks it's really funny.
Honestly, and fucking, like, Jordy's, like,
but
all depressed
I
and
honestly
shit.
wouldn't mind if he didn't try and put on this pretension that he's this moral guy that would never do drama or never do anything negative.
Yeah.
That's what bothers me, is him pretending like he's better than everybody else when he actually sinks really, really low.
This is actually fucking insane, dude.
It gets crazy
now,
when
first
we get to
off,
his meltdown
yeah.
today.
Oh, meltdown today is crazy. That was awesome.
Why anyone would even know that he's on meds is like beyond me. Like if I had any kind of a medical condition or whatever and I was on medications, I certainly wouldn't be telling that publicly to my streaming audience.
You told everybody you have gout. You told us what medications you take for it. You told us about how you drink the cherry juice. So you're a liar, Phil. You're a liar and you're full of shit and you're no better than Wings. You told me about your wife's medical conditions. You told me about how she had cancer and all this expensive medical stuff, and this is why you can't afford your bills in order to guilt trip me. So you're a fucking liar and a piece of shit, dude. Seriously.
But apparently this guy overshares
eardrops.
Yeah, overshares.
You told us
Phil.
Phil, that's you.
You showed us your receipt for fucking
Phil was telling us about all of his ear infections, and that's why he had to do the neck phones and put the eardrops in. Phil's always oversharing, and then he'll listen to this. Then he'll say, "Oh, he gets baited by his trolls." Phil, you are the person who gets baited by his trolls more than anyone. This is crazy.
It's all of this stuff. These rants on his stream about all kinds of stuff.
That's you.
You go on rants about the detractors.
He's on a rant right now.
Yes.
Political stuff and stuff. And I guess people have been questioning, why are you doing this? You usually don't do this. You know, we tune into your streams to watch you play the game. We want to see you play Rainbow. We want to see you.
Oh my God. Like the fucking self-awareness is like below zero.
It really is, right? Because Phil will go on for hours and hours and hours on his podcast. And everybody's like, play the game. Even when Phil claims there is no podcast, a lot of the time he goes on for an hour and a half, 2 hours, just ranting about nonsense and the detractors looping over and over again. This is crazy, Phil.
Oof.
Play Call of Duty. We want to see you play Battlefield. Why are you going on these rants about politics and stuff? And then I guess he revealed to his stream, well, it's because I haven't been on my meds recently, so I'm acting differently. And he even he picked up the pill bottle and shook it for everyone to show that it's full of pills he's not taking. Okay?
Does that make you feel better about
So you
yourself,
might say,
Phil?
well, I don't understand. Why would Wings of Redemption have been on?
Because he'll try and say that people do drama and they talk about this stuff to make themselves feel better. I think that's projection, and that's what Phil does, because he's a loser that has actually no real sense of self-esteem, and deep down he knows that he's a pathetic bum and a parasite on the earth that provides no value. So this is how he tries to make himself feel better, is by going after Wings, because he views Wings as lower than him, which is fucked.
This is actually fucking insane.
On your show.
And he does it. You know what I hate? When he
later. So you might say, well, I don't want it's full of pills he's not taking.
He does his stroke mouth fucking.
Okay.
Fucking loser.
So you might say, well, I don't understand. Why would Wings of Redemption have been on your show in late October and not had any problem with it? And
Phil,
well,
we're all internet fucking losers here. We're all just on the internet and we're fucking doing whatever the fuck. It's not like we some schedule. We're not on TV or on like movies or something.
The reason why he had no problem with it then is because he hadn't yet been talked down to you like he was trash and dirt, where you tried to pretend to be his father and give him a bunch of advice that he's heard 1,000,000 times before, Phil. And then when you scheduled the second show, which he agreed to and was going to show up to, you tossed him in the trash for Asmin Gold. and then you expect he's still going to be at your beck and call? Like, you treated him horribly.
Yeah.
But in Phil's mind, Wings is beneath him on the totem pole. And so therefore Wings has to be subservient to him. But whenever somebody is above Phil in the pecking order, like we were, or Asmin Gold, or Keemstar, yeah, then he goes, oh, sir, what can I do for you, sir? I love you, sir. You're my king. You're my majesty. It's like so fucking pathetic.
But then when the person higher on the pecking order, like us or Keemstar, get mad and talk shit about him, he's like, oh, they were always bad people. They do this for clout and for clicks, and they're
I just can't wait until he revises the Asmin Gold thing to say that Asmin snaked him by not making him the co-host of his podcast or whatever. Like he was like he's entitled to that. It's crazy.
It's crazy, dude.
Showed up and he was a great guest, and then when you tried to reschedule him for another appearance, now he won't be on your show anymore.
But he went on your show like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
You're not entitled to having Wings on your show whenever you want. Yeah. Wings has his own life. Wings, by the way, Wings made no money from it, was treated to a really boring conversation where he was talked down to and lectured constantly by you, Phil. And you think he should continually subject himself to that? Give up hours of his time for free to benefit you? Why? Why exactly? It doesn't make sense.
This is actually crazy.
And then we're supposed to pretend like this is the real opportunity for Wings when we all know at any point he can go back to Lol Cow Live and make 6 figures a year working for Keemstar. If he's going to be a part of a clown show and a circus, he may as well be at the biggest one and not Phil's rinky-dink sad tent making nothing.
I just say,
I mean, I guess put 2 and 2 together. Sounds to me like this guy, he's not sleeping well. He's off his meds. He's not in a right way. You know, I'm not trying to make excuses for him at all, but I think you got to put 2 and 2 together here. I don't know because he doesn't talk to me. This has been an open door policy for him to come on the show this week. He has not responded whatsoever all week. So I assume that means he doesn't want to be on the show, and that's that.
Yeah.
So
and why are you talking about it?
I'll hit him up again at some point and be like, hey, has anything changed? Are things better? Do you want to be on the show? But I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to hound him or harass him.
So that was a lie.
You know
he actually would then go on, and why this segment is happening, he would then go on to hound and harass Wings of Redemption by going to Wings chat and begging for answers while he was drunk out of his mind at 5 a.m.
That's crazy. Hang on 1 second. There we go.
I'm just not going to do that, right? Now, there are idiotic trolls in my chat saying, why are you talking about this publicly? This is private stuff. He talked about it on his own stream. And this is the point I'm making about him.
It's called, you're amplifying it. You're signal boosting that he's off his meds and all of this embarrassing stuff about him that we don't need to hear about. And I wouldn't have known any of this had Phil not said it. So that's just proof positive that he is signal boosting it and he's a fucking scumbag. But if you look in his eyes, he's actually just detached from reality. Like he's a lunatic. He's a psych ward patient. Look at him. He looks fucked, man.
Overshares way too much. I said that to him.
Oh,
on the appearance in October. I said, dude, you have this tendency to get baited
you're his
by your
counselor.
trolls.
Phil, every single day of your life, you get baited by your trolls and go on unhinged rants about them. Every single day. I'm there and I see it, Phil. Okay? Stop.
You're your friends and they're not.
This gets better, folks.
Some of your moderators are trolls.
Your moderators are trolls, Phil. Do you really think that Dunce Felter, with a name like Dunce Felter, is actually your friend? Do you really think that Iron Chef Sakai was your friend? Okay, so Phil shows up in Jordy's chat, drunk out of his mind, at 2 a.m. his time, 5 a.m. Wings time, and goes, is there a fraction of a chance we can get Jordy to stop playing this game and talk to me for a few minutes once it ends? Publicly or privately, I'd just like a real answer.
Buddy.
But mind you, he's not going to hound Wings. He's not going to harass Wings. But Jordy needs to stop playing the game and answer Phil right fucking now. Now, if anyone else did this to Phil,
when Keemstar did this. When
remember when we messaged Phil on his holy day off?
Oh, yeah.
And he told us how disrespectful it was?
But the thing
is,
because
we wanted to do a crossover with Lol Cow Live. And
it's even worse because at least when you DM someone, they can respond whenever they want. When you're in someone's chat, you're now forcing them to respond because there's people watching.
And he did this to us too.
Yes,
when we were trying to just quietly kind of, okay, Phil, and this is what's crazy. Had he not done stuff like go into our chat and force our hand, he probably would still be kept around as a whack packer. But because he demands that every single relationship or every single, business transaction all revolves around him and the world revolve around him, he had to be fucking kicked out because he's crazy. And he believes that Wings should drop everything in his life and let Phil consume his whole life. And it's just twisted.
It's insane, bro. Here we go.
So he goes, I will even do this privately right now. So he's drunk after this game ends, but I deserve he's drunk, least some explanation.
Our least.
Because my audience wants to know what's up.
No, they don't.
No, you don't deserve an explanation. No one's asking, and no one fucking cares. But he kept going. He goes, chat is dead. It's not my fault. Good luck. I hope Jordy responds privately because I'm done here. And he continued, if you mods coddle this guy, instead of helping him, he will never improve or grow. God. That is the least self-aware statement of all time. Phil hides behind his mods and bans every single form of criticism because he's a big fucking baby. He goes, because it seems Jordy has surrounded himself with the wrong people and has gone too comfortable, grown too comfortable.
If it was anyone else, except for Phil saying this, I'd go, maybe. But
Then he goes, I've DM'd Jordy over this. Hopefully he'll get what I'm saying. You can't ban or time out people who aren't trolls, Phil. So Phil got fucking timed out because he came in and just was spamming bullshit, just trying to monopolize the entire chat and make it about himself. And now he's seething that he got timed out and banned when he's banned over 8,000 accounts on Kick and counting. Okay? They aren't trolls unless you actually want to stifle the creator. I help my own mods out with this. You mods do realize that nobody can contribute even when you time them out, and that my DSP Reacts channel is still timed out and can't talk. So he got timed out on DSP Reacts, then ban evaded, got timed out on this account, then came back after he got timed out, and then was finally fucking timed out for a full day.
This is
he was so fucking
it's actually crazier than I thought.
No, zoom in on the messages just so they can see.
Later
on. Oh, okay.
Top half,
and later on, you'll see all of the messages that he posted. It's fucking unhinged. So it actually got to the point where he was so desperate that he actually super chatted Jordy, begging. He goes, I do message you privately and you don't respond. Enough with excuses. I don't want you to be trolled, but you need to treat others with respect when they treat you well. Let's go and get this next appearance locked. Who the fuck are you to talk to him like that, Phil? Get a grip, bro. You're not entitled to his time, especially when he's working, you know?
Oh my God.
Now, is this not worthy of a timeout? Look at this. Look at what he sent.
What the fuck?
Look at this shit, bro.
I already sent 25 and I offered to hit his goal so we could talk why he won't answer me about my podcast. Then Redface timed me out and it's still timed out on that account. So I swapped. Untimed my DSP Reacts channel because that one has YouTube Premium and Jordy gets paid for it. Thanks.
By the way, you can't untime out somebody.
Yeah.
You know, you'd think he'd know that with how many timeouts. I guess he just permabans everybody though, so he wouldn't know. But like he's seething that he got timed out for 24 hours.
You went 24 hour. Holy fuck. Untime my DSP Reacts channel because that one has it's the same one.
Yeah.
And you got one more here. Read your DMs. Good. Okay, Wings Redemption, read your DMs, but this won't be great. I hope you'll respond. Good night. What did he mean by that?
I actually don't know. It's just twisted, right? So, you know, Tax Headroom, Holmes Pass there was watching this. He goes, Wings literally does not give a fuck. He ignored DSP the whole time and eventually commented he has more important things going on his life to worry over, like getting Chick-fil-A. So here was Wings' response. He ignored Phil completely, but he responded to a random troll who I don't even think paid him.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. The best thing we can do is keep going.
Ghosting DSP. Do nothing. All right.
And then he's like, I'm not even going to say his name.
I'm gonna just keep this area locked for a minute.
Oh my lord, you guys make too much drama out of too much nothing.
He just doesn't care at all.
Dog, all I'm doing is trying to play some fucking Battlefield until fucking Chick-fil-A opens and go get me fucking Chick-fil-A. That's my life.
This is happening at like 5 a.m. He's waiting till 6 a.m. for Chick-fil-A to open so he can get breakfast. And that's the thought on his mind. Is not anything to do with Phil. But he's counting down the minutes until the Chick-fil-A breakfast begins.
Right now?
Get you some chicken minis. That's what I'm gonna do.
Shit. I'm gonna get me a spicy chicken biscuit.
Oh
There you go.
With some tomatoes.
King.
You want to get some of that?
Isn't this fucking jokes, bro? Like
Peppermint coffee.
God, making my fat ass fatter, bro. Jesus, I'm hungry.
Okay. So here we have a flashback to when far less mess